Just to let you know that we've arrived safely in... Where are we?
Eh?
We're not in Bournemouth.
More down
We're in Wimborne.
No, Wimborne. Hello, mummy.
Well, hello there. Don't know whether you can see the rods there in the background. Apologies for the delay. We haven't been on the bank. Well, I've certainly not been on the bank since last October. It's been a strange year for everybody. Globally, in fact. But absolutely no different for me. Been very unusual. Hence, I've not been on the bank sooner. So, we thought we'd have a bit of a change, and we jumped in Dave's van yesterday morning at stupid o'clock and made our way down to Dorset. So roughly, I don't know, about 260 miles. I mean, that's the usual distance that I used to travel when I lived down here. We're on a private lake. I've never fished it before, and neither's Dave. It's only small. There are no monsters in here, but it's a small, secluded water. There are one or two nice fish in. I think it's going to demand a totally different approach than your typical linear approach, very much so. It's the kind of fishing that I've not done for a long time, but I can remember that this is the kind of fishing I like best. The real eyeball to eyeball stuff. So today, having had hardly any sleep for 2 nights.
Yeah, so stick it up. Go on, Steve. Go on out. Oh, come on. Take this in my cup.
This is Pete, in his other guise. Pete, what are you today? Chef Pete. Yeah, we love Chef Pete. He's the best, Pete.
Then make sure everything
Well,
works.
I can't find macro lenses. Point something.
Yeah.
As you saw, we indulged in a little bit of a barbecue at Pete's. He treated us and a few beers. So, long day yesterday. And as you know, I need my sleep at the best of times. So I think tonight could be the night, unless I get lucky with the rods, that is. Personally, I'm fishing quite close in. In fact, very close in. I've got 3 different methods on the go. I've also got a 9-foot stalking rod. So I'm going to put that to good use, and if I don't use it for stalking, I'm going to use it and have a go for these tension here. Some grow quite big. A completely different outlook in this session. No spodding, no particle. It's just going to be a few pellets, sprinkling of boilies perhaps, and we've got a few worms and maggots to have a go at the other fish too. So if we get a chance, we'll get our hand in with that.
What have you got in there, Ryla?
I've got a leg of rope.
Wow! Look at that monster there. You can put the small ones back. Wow. That's dinner sorted anyway.
Got one of the alarms is in for repair. As luck would have it, I had a subscription with Carp World from a few years back, and I got a couple of small Nash alarms as part of the deal for the subscription, and I'm actually using one at the minute because of the one that's being repaired, the RS1, and I'm going to use another when I'm stalking on bank sticks. If I go for a creep round, that's if I use any at all. I've also got, don't tell the guys, I've also got a bag of expander pellets. So if I see anything, alright, as it goes, I might just flick a few out in a short while and let them drift across. I think the wind is pushing in the right direction for me to do that. So I might try that, just a small pouch, and see what happens, eh? You can see that there, but the bivvy on the right is Pete and the bivvy on the left is his daughter Isla, and the sunshine is cascading over the top of the trees. Ooh, fish are moving close in. It's quite quiet now, it's a bit of a concern, but I'm going to use that tactic again tomorrow, early doors if it's sunny. I get the feeling they're going to come down here in the afternoon. Who knows? So I've got a steak on the go in the new Ridge Monkey. So I'll let you know how I get on with that. It's a first for me. I'm looking forward to it. I'll keep you posted. It seems to be the in thing to film what you're cooking and what you're eating these days for some reason or other. And I've got a nice steak in there, and I also have a fine fresh salad here from my cooler box with a dressing that I've made from habanero sauce. Oh yes, gotta be habanero when it comes to hot pepper sauce, olive oil and balsamic vinegar. Delicious. I'm going to whack the steak straight on top of it on my Mr. Happy plate. Deep joy. With a beer, of course. Some of you may recall towards the end of 2019 I paid a visit to 5 Star Baits down there in Buckinghamshire. Now, it was a brief visit, so I thought I'd talk about one or two of the products in a little more depth. This is the hook bait kit, and inside the kit you will find a pack of powder, a slick shot liquid bottle and hardened hook baits. And it's very simple case of adding the slick shot liquid to the hardened hook baits, then adding the powder and then giving it a good shake. These are a very small selection of the Deception pop-ups. These are custom pop-ups. We've got 15mm in white, plum, 12mm in yellow aniseed, and trust me, they smell fantastic. And finally, we've got a 12mm in yellow fish mix. These Deception custom hook baits come in 3 different sizes. That's 12mm, 15mm and 18mm, and 4 different colours. That's yellow, white, pink and orange. But you can have any combination you wish from this list of flavours and probably more, and I'll just read them off to you.
They're available in the flavours to match the bottom baits, i.e. fish mix, the nuts, the craze and illusion. They're also available in crab, Indian spice, cranberry and almond, tuna, squid, plum, aniseed, chocolate, tangerine, super nut, lemon, almond, scopex and tutti frutti, and or a combination of any of those flavours that you wish.
This is one of the bait soaks. This is the fish mix bait soak. The 4 main baits from the range are available in Match the Hatch pop-ups. These are the fish mix version, again 12, 15 or 18mm. These are the wafters. There you have it, something for every season and every occasion. Worth having a think about. Now there's a sight. Just after dawn. She gets up early at this time of day. Mist on the water. It's been a quiet night. I think today we might go and have a little walkabout. The 3 of us have got the lake to ourselves. So we'll have to go and find gorgeous morning. A bit chilly for this time of year though. Check out this little beauty. This is a Witchwood 9-foot extricator. Cork handle. And I've got to admit, I'm rather impressed. Yep. It's well balanced, 2 3/4 pound test curve. So it's got some beef, and you know what, cost me less than 40 quid delivered, including delivery. I've coupled it with an old Tigra that I've got, a 5500. Yeah, I like it. Anyway, whilst I've not been fishing, Dave and Pete have, although not together. And Pete got off to a flying start to his season on a local lake of his, a club lake. Have a look at this. This was one of a few good comments from a not too easy water, so fair play to the lad, he did well. Dave managed a session down at Linear, although he was gazumped by spawning. You know, he fishes for tench. I think he had a handful of tench. Had one, lost one, as in carp. I think it was a mid-20. So here it comes.
Well, there we go. I've been here, I've been set up now about 3 hours. Just had a result. Just had a 26 pound common. A couple of battle scars on the back. Not bad looking fish. Got it 18 wraps on a Ronnie rig. A white pop-up on.
As I say, I didn't manage to get out on the bank, although to a fashion I did. I managed to get a couple of walks in, just had water. I've speeded this little piece of film up See if you can see what I can see. Takes a bit of looking at first. And then all will become clear. Now this was on a local canal, and it must have been close to spawning before or after. I was spotted quite a few as I meandered down on the surface, which was a nice surprise. This is when you need a polarizing lens on your camera. This is the Ridge Monkey Cozy Toilet Seat Kit. It's rated at 25 stone and is based on the XL modular bucket. So let's take a look at what this kit includes. Inside you'll find the bag with the seat in, etc. And wait for it, it's the removable toilet roll holder. Let's take a look at the seat itself, shall we? At this stage, I would urge anyone to ensure that the seat is absolutely secured before use.
Duh.
Let's have a look. Lift the lid. Lift the rim. Lift the upper mounting plate. There are the bags that come with the kit. So place the bag in and around the flange. Lower the upper mounting plate. Lower the rim. Then it's just a case of pouring the supplied absorbent granules into the base of the toilet bag. You'll find the instructions on how to use on the back of the pack. And if you really want to live like a king whilst you're on your throne, you can always use your removable toilet roll holder. And just to give you an idea of the size of this bucket, here it is at the side of a 17 litre standard size bucket. There you go, the Ridge Monkey Cozy Toilet Seat Kit. Get on it. I've had a move. It was an epic. Anyway, set up now in a different swim. A bit further down. And it took so much time that, it's just gone 9 PM now. And the Ridge Monkey hasn't been on. Which reminds me, the steak that I cooked last night was absolutely awesome. So much so that I'm going to have another tonight. Oh yeah.
Morning guys. Well, this is our second morning. I've just had this result, a 24-pound ghostie. Give a good account of itself. 5-star baits from the nuts. Let's hope I can get some more. Right underneath a tree.
It looks ill, doesn't it?
It's like a torpedo.
It is.
And it
weird.
went off like one as well.
Yeah. Nice one.
It's done in like a water. I think the weather change has done it.
Dave's 24 going back. Straight down.
Yeah, well, I get to set myself then. Cheers fella.
Yes.
A start.
Yes. First of many. That was a nice fish of Dave's, wasn't it? bizarre looking thing. He told me we didn't have to give him a scrap. Anyway, on the back of that, Pete has done what I did yesterday. He's moved up further past Dave towards the other end. And what I didn't mention was I'd lost one on a float fish worm, and it was one hell of a powerful fish. I just wondered whether it was well, I didn't know what it was, but anyway, we're all settled now. On this occasion I've taken advantage of Dave's bait boat, and it's not something I own as such, but while things are tricky, when in Rome. And to top it all off, I've gone and forgotten my shaving kit. Now then, given that I would absolutely love to have an English breakfast whilst I'm fishing, it isn't exactly the healthiest option, is it? So I'll stick to my little pots of wallpaper paste, i.e. oats, and come 11s, I go for this. These are peanut butter protein flapjacks. Oh, they are the business. With a nice protein shake. Delicious. Chilled and straight from the cooler. Well, it's been another quiet day, other than had fun and games. Rigging a little rod up, catching a few perch and a few roach. None of that for a long time. Quite enjoyed it actually. Right, I'm going to take a little walk and see how Dave is now. There's Dave. He's obviously up to something there, aren't you? I like the stand, Dave. You got a music stand going?
I'm just watching a movie while it's a bit quiet.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, mate.
Now I can watch the water.
Can't offend anyone, can you?
No, no.
What's your assessment of the proceedings then?
On the lake? So, it's a thinking man's water anyway.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's it then. 3 little spoms. Now, have the spom float on the inside, thus assisting in smoother casting. But to be honest with you, I do like the dot. Right, well, I dare say you won't be able to see anything except a glow. Now, this is an insect. Is it a glowworm? I don't know. I'm going to have to look it up. And I'm going to put the flash on now. That I can focus, which I can't. That is the little chappie in question, and his butt is all aglow. Wait a minute, let's see if I can focus again. And if I turn the flash off, there you go. What about that then? That's incredible. Well, good morning. Lampiris noctiluca, or is that Lampiris noctiluca? I have no idea. Anyway, that's the Latin name of the old glowworm, which is in fact a beetle, and what I saw was a female adult which has the capacity to be bioluminescent. Apparently as adults they live for up to 21 days, during which time they need to find a mate, which is why it's the females, so it wasn't a boy, that light up to attract the males. After this time they die. But what a way to go. Or is it Noctiluca? And other than the sound of planes, it's been very quiet. Dave says he's on fish. He's moved down one just for a while. He's not moved all his gear, but he's just popped down with his chair, etc. And I can see some bubbles, but don't let that fool you, because apparently this place has a lot of gas bubbles coming through. We shall see. I do enjoy this kind of fishing though. A little bit of stealth. So we're creeping around, casting at shadows. Isn't it amazing how time flies when you're on the bank? Well, I've just spent a while making some rigs up, and they're all ready to go. It's early afternoon, so tonight's last chance saloon. Well, certainly in the morning. All is quiet. I've kept a couple of rods static and the other ones moving about. We can only try, can't we? And have fun trying we do.
And it's going to be, looks like it's going to be the third week blanking. One more night to try and make something of it. I don't know if anyone else has had the same problems recently. The extra angling pressure, weather is certainly slowed the fishing down, especially when you're targeting the specimen fish for a roach, that is. Another diddler. But they got to about £3 in here, so there's some sizable roach. We've got a few pound and a half ones, pretty much down the other end of the lake there. They seem to be getting smaller as the water gets shallower, if that makes any sense. Hell of a lot of roach in here, hell of a lot. Anyway, I'm enjoying the luxury of the Titan T1. You've got to say, it's a cracking bivvy. It goes up in seconds, packs away easy, strong as anything. You could probably stand on the top and bounce up and down. It is rigid, really rigid. No flapping in the wind. All the fabric's tight. Brilliant job, Nash. Brilliant job. I've spent the last couple of weeks up on one of the ringwood waters, carping and catfishing, and it's a bit difficult. Usual tactics just aren't working. What to say, really, it's just one of them. There's only a few fish coming out around the lake, so something's definitely upset them, and all I can put it down to is the amount of bait and people, really. Spods going everywhere, and I mean, these fish can only eat a certain amount of food. You've got 50 people on the lake, you've got people doubling up for a carp fishing. I don't know if you can see that. Your basic spinner rig. I've got my glasses on so you can see my eyes trying to focus. That's the 5-star baits illusion pop-up, which I've just trimmed down so it's perfectly balanced on there. And then a little bit of glug on it just to enhance it. And I tend to like glug them and then let them sit on a tin or anything you can, which you might get a bit of glug on for a few hours. Let it harden up, let it glaze over, so it really stays on there once it's in the water.
What about that then? I appear to have accumulated a number of power banks over the last few years, and I've got to admit the smaller ones aren't much cop, although they do the job. Well, these larger ones are superb these days. I can get quite a few charges out of those. So things are improving. What do you think about your few days down here on the pond?
Yeah, it was really good. We were catching a lot of roach, but no carp or anything, but we saw a lot of carp.
Yeah, they're up there in the shallows, aren't they? Hiding. Do you think we're going to get a chance tonight then?
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
It's all well and good catching little roach, but it's not quite the same, is it?
Yeah.
Not the same at all. I think we all should have been a bit more mobile.
Yeah.
Have you had a walk round then?
Yeah, I've had a little walk around. I've seen a couple ghosties and one dark carp, but not much. I did see a carp in the shallows just flipping its tail around.
Well look, I'll wish you good luck for tonight and I'll see you in the morning.
Yep, you too.
See you later.
Bye.
Well, I've managed to get rid of that unsightly facial hair now. Well, most of it anyway. And isn't it funny how you tend to appreciate whilst you're on the bank those home comforts that you take for granted so often. And I can recall like cooked food, isn't it gorgeous outside? But I do remember a couple of years ago driving back from a session with Dave, and we stopped off at the services, and I can remember washing my hands, and just the feel of that hot water and soap was it was tingling. Not that I don't use hot water and soap when I'm fishing, mind. It's just different when it comes out of a tap, isn't it? Ooh, we're having a bit of rain. Anyway, the best I could do this afternoon was a bit of a drop back on one rod. I left it, and to be honest with you, it was either a liner, which I don't think it was, or something had got away with it. Now on that particular rod I had a supple rig on, and I'm a sucker lately for spinner rigs, so a spinner rig went on. I didn't have Dave's bait boat because he's moved down the bottom end now, or should I say the top end, and so I got the waders on because it's quite tricky casting here, and managed to get the rig more or less on the money, so I was quite pleased with that. Makes a change. The waders have been out, a bit of the old jungle warfare whilst I positioned my baits and did a little baiting up for the night. Hope it pays off. It's last chance saloon. And the kettle is not on because, oof, that one's on. There. I'm under the trees. That's the view for the evening. Just a jobby. Do I want to go home in the morning? No. Oh, I'm so bad. Oh. Well, it's just going dark. Well, it's gone dark almost. And our little friend is back. I'll just put me there. If I dip my head torch, can you see the difference? Well, it's packing up time. What a gutter. Had a great break here on the pond. Always good to see the lads as well. Oh, I hate packing up. Right then, that's the end of the session. What a gutter. Only Dave caught, but we all had a great time. What do you reckon, Isla?
I thought it was really good, but no fish came out, so
Yeah.
it's gutter.
Gutter. Do you want to do it again?
Yeah.
We'll have to try linear, won't we, sooner or later. But until then, I'll see you on the bank